Okay guys, I'm going to go over some of your exercises for you that you were supposed to have done this week that should help to get you ready for your test. First one, I'm going to be focusing, all of these are going to be from lesson 66, okay? This is number 1. It's going to be going over the concepts from lesson 60, all right? You've got, with this, it's talking about the amount of cobalt varied inversely to the amount of uranium. If you go back and look at lesson 60, you'll see that there's two different equations. There's A equals K plus B, or there's A equals K divided by B. Okay, this is for direct. This is for inverse. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and read this. The amount of cobalt varied inversely to the amount of uranium. So this is the equation that I'm going to need. I can say that cobalt equals Ku, because the amount of cobalt varies inversely as the amount of uranium. As I read on, where there were 5 grams of cobalt in the mass of uranium was 20 grams. Okay, I'm going to solve for my K. As I solve that, I'm able to see that K equals 100. All right, go on to read. How much cobalt was there when only 2 grams of uranium was present? So then I'm solving for C equals 100 divided by 20. C equals 50 grams. Alrighty? Alright, so just noted with that, you need to make sure that you know these two different equations. This is for direct, this is for inverse. This is easy to think about. If the number of girls in the classroom is 3 times the boys, I would say that girls equals 3B. That's a direct relationship. And you can just remember that equation, and then you can solve the other one from there. All right? Moving on, we're going to go and we're going to do number 6. This covers concept from 66, which we did last week. All right? If I'm looking at this 1 over x plus 3 minus 7a over negative x, negative 3. All right, we talked last week about multiplying the top and the bottom both by negative 1 in order to change that. So I've got my 1, x plus 3. When I multiply these by the negative 1s, I'm going to get the positive 7a, and I'm going to get the positive x plus 3. So now that I'm able to have, putting that together, I get the 1 plus 7a over x plus 3. Good? Easy peasy. All right, let's clear this. We're going to go on and do number 7 here. This is another example of the same sort of thing. I just wanted to show you something. Say I have this x plus 5 and this x plus 3 plus 2x minus 3 over negative 3 minus x. Okay, one of the things that they had said that we can do is we could change 2 signs. On that other one where I had the 1 x minus 3, plus 3, we had the negative 7a over negative x minus 3. I could change this sign, the sign at that level, and the sign at this level. This is what the book was telling you. And you can just do that, and then now this becomes a positive 7a, and this becomes x plus 3. Okay, and that's easy. So you could have multiplied by negative 1, or you could just change the signs. Here it gets a little more confusing. If you decide to just change the signs, you know, these two would become positive, and then this right here would become a negative. All right, when I first did that, you know, I wound up putting these things together then, and I had the negative 2x plus the x gave me a negative x. And then I had this negative 3, and I had that 5 gave me a plus 2 all over x plus 3. Versus if I had this x plus 5 over x plus 3, and I have this negative 2x minus 3. So no, this was originally positive. Sorry. And here we have this negative 3, negative x. If I multiply both by negative 1, okay, then this comes out now to be a negative 2x, and this comes out to be a positive 3. All right, and then when I put those together, my x's still give me a negative x, but now then this gives me a plus 8. See, these two together. 4 over here, I got a 2. I was like, okay, why is that? Which way is this supposed to be? This one down here is what's correct. This is the correct one. All right, this right here is wrong. All right, and what I did wrong when I did this, I changed this sign and I applied that to that. I didn't think about the fact that I needed to go over here too, so that I was changing the signs both down here and up here, and I was changing both of those signs. Had I taken that negative and applied it to both, this would have become a positive 3. So just be careful with that when you're changing the signs, that you get all of that done, that you do that the correct way. Okay? All right, we're going to move on real quick here. Let's do number 65. All right, this is a problem we're used to. Actually, I'm sorry, it's number 10. It's number 10, and it's going to take us back to lesson 65. All right, here we have RT, TT equals 300. RP, TP equals 1200. RP equals 8 RT. TT equals TP plus 3. All right, that's what they're going to give you. I need to manipulate these things a bit so that I can have as many solutions to individual variables as I can. So here I'm going to take this TP and say that that equals 1200 over RP. All right, so that gives me something that I can plug in for TP. Here I have something for RP, but I can also manipulate this to say that RT equals RP over 8. Okay, and here I've got something for TT, but I can manipulate it around to get that TP equals TT minus 3. All right, so I've got all those. I'm going to plug them in. I'm going to use this over here. I have this RP over 8 times TP plus 3 equals 300. All right, so now I still have two variables. I just have two different variables. So what I want to do is I want to look and see through these things up here, is there anything that I have with an RP that would give me a TP? Or is there anything with a TP that would give me an RP? As I look up here, I've got this idea, you know, this RP would give me an RT. That doesn't help me. But right here, this TP would give me an RP. So I'm going to put that in. So I have RP over 8 times 1200 over RP plus 3 equals 300. All right. Now remember that I'm going to multiply and I'm going to FOIL that through. All right. So then I'm going to come from there and come over here and get 1200 RP over 8 RP. Okay, and those RPs are going to cancel out, plus 3 RP over 8 equals 300. All right, this right here, when I reduce this down, I'm going to get 150 plus 3 RP over 8 equals 300. Get that 3 RP over 8 equals 150. And then I'm going to be able to divide that through and find that RP equals 400. From there, you know, I've now got this value. I can start plugging this in to, like this one right here, for instance, and solve for all the various values of all the different things. Okay, my video only likes to be so long, so I'm going to go ahead and stop that video here, and I will put together another video for you guys so that I don't get in trouble with the length of it.